Once your listing is up and running, you'll begin receiving inquiries from interested direct buyers and buyer's agents. Here's a quick refresher on how inquiries will be sent to you as an agent-assisted FSBO seller. Our partner broker will forward all inquiries regarding your sale listing, including emails, voicemails, text messages, and any messages taken by their front desk. Inquiries are forwarded as quickly as possible, within a commercially reasonable period of time. Your approach in responding to inquiries has a huge impact on how quickly you sell and whether you're able to sell at all. Building interest in your listing, procuring offers, negotiating, and closing your sale all require strong interpersonal skills. Just remember, selling real estate is the same as selling any other high-ticket item, from cars to planes to software contracts. The salespeople who close the most deals are the ones who are charismatic, persistent, intelligent, and have the ability to listen. When thinking about how to respond to inquiries, it's a good idea to step into the shoes of the buyers and buyer's agents who are contacting you. Would you feel motivated as a buyer to see a property if the person you contacted takes forever to respond, writes combative emails, or has virtually no showing ability? As a buyer, would you even want to buy a property if the person who showed it to you was unfriendly, gave off negative energy, or wouldn't let you ask questions because they were rambling? Here are 3 tips for responding to inquiries on your listing. Tip 1. Respond immediately with actionable language. Let's say you receive this inquiry from a buyer's agent. Is 17 East 84th Street, apartment 2B still available? Here's an example of an ineffective response. Yes. Here's an example of an effective response. Hi, Jack. Thanks for your inquiry, and yes, the listing is available. Would you like to register your buyer for our open house on Sunday 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m.? Are there any other questions you have about the home? If so, I'm happy to chat at your convenience. What's the best number to reach you on? Best, Michael. As you can see, the second response not only answers the question, but goes a step further by asking if the client can attend the open house. The second response is also emanating with positive energy. If a buyer is deliberating between 2 listings and the buyer agent remembers that you were friendly, competent, and responsive, this could persuade the buyer agent to push for your listing over the other one, whose listing agent was unfriendly. Tip 2. Provide complete answers to questions. Let's say you receive this inquiry from a buyer's agent. What is the sublet policy, please? Here's an example of an ineffective response. 2 out of every 5 years. Here's an example of an effective response. Hi, Jack. Sublets are permitted 2 out of every 5 years after you've lived in the apartment for at least 2 years. There's an annual subletting fee of $2,000, and the maximum lease term is 1 year. You can renew the lease with an existing tenant after the first year, subject to board approval. Will this work for your buyer? If so, would you like to register them for our open house on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.? Best, Michael. The first response is incomplete and gives the buyer agent the impression that you actually don't know the full scope of the sublet policy. It's important to remember that buyer agents are busy people. Buyer agents like doing deals with agents who are well-informed, responsive, and have positive energy because it means that the deal will be quick and easy. Tip number 3. When in doubt, pick up the phone. If you find yourself engaged in an extended email back and forth when trying to schedule an appointment, just pick up the phone and call the buyer or buyer agent. The more difficult you make scheduling, the less motivated the buyer or buyer's agent will be to buy your listing. If you're impossible to reach now, what'll happen when the buyer wants to submit an offer? Sending 10 emails to schedule a simple appointment and having limited availability are all red flags for buyers and buyer's agents. As you start the sale process, please resist the temptation to ask our partner brokers whether you've received any inquiries. Please remember that the volume of inquiries you receive is directly related to the pricing of your property and whether you've taken professional photos. More questions? Ask the community in Hauseit's forum, where New York real estate professionals come together to discuss the toughest questions in real estate.